Vintage finds and styling secrets. Joanna Gaines 25 ways to blend old and new home decor ideas. Introduction: Vintage finds and styling secrets with Joanna Gaines. Welcome, friends. Today we're diving into the timeless world of vintage finds and styling secrets. Joanna Gaines 25 ways to blend old and new home decor ideas. If you've ever wondered how to bring warmth, character, and history into your home while still keeping it modern and functional, this is for you. Joanna Gaines has shown us that vintage and contemporary design don't have to compete. They can live in harmony, creating homes that feel cozy, stylish, and deeply personal.
Before we jump into the next video, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and of course, subscribe to Yesterroom YouTube channel if you haven't already.
The charm of vintage and modern together. One of Joanna's greatest strengths is blending old and new. Vintage pieces bring soul, while modern design adds freshness and practicality. The secret is balance, using just enough of each to keep a space inviting and functional. It's this mix that makes a home feel layered, authentic, and full of story. Creating a neutral foundation. A neutral palette is the perfect canvas for vintage finds. Whites, creams, and soft grays allow aged wood, antique metals, and rustic fabrics to shine without feeling overwhelming. Joanna often starts with neutrals to ensure that every piece, old or new, has room to breathe. Letting vintage pieces shine. Every home deserves a focal point, and vintage furniture makes an ideal centerpiece. A weathered table, a reclaimed dresser, or a farmhouse hutch instantly adds character. Joanna's tip is to let one vintage item be the star, while modern pieces provide support. Balancing scale and proportion. Mixing different eras works best when scale is considered. A large antique cabinet feels balanced when paired with sleek modern chairs. A small vintage stool can be styled next to oversized artwork. Joanna emphasizes proportion to keep rooms from feeling mismatched. Mixing textures with intention. Texture is where old and new blend beautifully. Worn leather, linen pillows, polished metal, and smooth ceramics all work together to add depth. Joanna layers textures thoughtfully so a space feels cozy, inviting, and full of dimension. Adding antique accessories. Small vintage details make a big impact. Items like candlesticks, clocks, and mirrors with patina tell stories and spark conversation. Joanna loves layering accessories that carry history, adding authenticity to modern spaces. Color cohesion in styling. When mixing old and new, color ties everything together. A rustic bench and a modern lamp may differ in style, but when they share a color palette, they feel cohesive. Joanna's approach is to find common hues across pieces to unify the look. The role of vintage lighting. Lighting sets the mood, and vintage fixtures create instant charm. Joanna often combines antique-inspired chandeliers with clean-lined sconces. Updating old fixtures with modern bulbs allows them to remain functional while keeping their historic character. Mixing patterns with purpose. Patterns bring playfulness into vintage-inspired homes. Joanna's secret is to stick to a consistent palette while mixing florals, plaids, and stripes. The contrast feels fresh while the shared colors keep the space unified. Repurposing vintage treasures. One of the joys of vintage finds is giving them new life. Joanna transforms old ladders into blanket racks, trunks into coffee tables, and jars into light fixtures. Repurposing adds sustainability and creativity to home styling. Embracing imperfection. Vintage charm lies in its imperfections. Scratches, dents, and faded finishes tell stories. Joanna reminds us that a home should feel lived in, not showroom perfect. Imperfection makes decor approachable and full of character. styling vintage in dining spaces. Dining rooms shine with vintage touches. A farmhouse table with mismatched chairs creates warmth and intimacy. Joanna often layers antique dinnerware with modern glassware to strike the perfect balance. Blending rustic and modern in kitchens. The kitchen is where functionality meets charm. Joanna pairs reclaimed wood shelving with stainless steel appliances, proving rustic and modern can coexist beautifully. Vintage containers and modern organization create both style and efficiency. Creating vintage-inspired bedrooms. Bedrooms styled with vintage finds feel cozy and timeless. Joanna layers iron bed frames with soft linens and adds antique dressers alongside simple lamps. The result is a retreat that feels calm yet full of soul. The warmth of vintage rugs. Rugs ground a room, and vintage rugs bring history underfoot. Their muted tones and intricate patterns tie old and new together seamlessly. Joanna uses them in living rooms, bedrooms, and even hallways to add instant warmth. Adding personality with collections. Collections tell stories. Joanna displays vintage books, pottery, or framed photos alongside modern decor to showcase personality. These thoughtful touches make a home uniquely yours. Mixing metals for modern vintage style. Joanna often mixes metals to create depth, iron with brass, copper with chrome. The trick is balance. Using too much of one finish can feel flat, but mixing adds richness and visual interest. Bringing vintage charm outdoors. Vintage doesn't stop inside. Joanna styles outdoor spaces with wicker chairs, metal bistro sets, and antique lanterns. These details make porches and gardens feel just as warm and inviting as interiors. Conclusion: the story of blending old and new. At the heart of Joanna Gaines' design philosophy is storytelling. Vintage finds bring history while modern elements provide comfort and ease. Together, they create homes that feel layered, meaningful, and welcoming. If this inspired you, be sure to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more cozy and timeless home decor ideas.